let's go to some basketball.
Alright, man.
I'm kind of done with some football. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Let's talk some hoops.
We're talking basketball.
Basketball.
Yo, let's go. Do you wanna go, or do you wanna?
You know what the thing about basketball is? I follow the season, but it depends. If someone talks about something to me, I then just get a burst of like energy.
Okay, I can go.
What to talk about?
Because like, I watched a few games.
Yeah.
And upon watching a few games, like with basketball, we always have this conversation. So many fucking games. Like you can watch a match of the day and you can catch up to football.
Yes,
but you can't watch like
a day of basketball.
Yeah, and you catch up to everything.
Playing.
It's just all mad.
It's crazy.
So I did pick out only like a select.
Yeah, that's what most people do. But I tend to watch all the games.
It's hard, man.
Highlights.
I heard that, but then at the
games.
same time, I'm like, do I really have time to be watching Damian Lillard, then having to watch Giannis, then have to watch this person? Then I'm like, do I really care for LaMarcus Aldridge? Do I really care for this person?
I need to understand how the league works.
And I get that. You do. You get a much better understanding of what a big man does and what this person does.
No, I know how to play the game. I'm talking about how the league works. How the league works.
Oh, what do you mean?
In terms of why players are here and there and why teams are doing as well as they are. I mean, like if I start to like deconstruct the Bucks, I mean, they've got a guy who can literally just run up and down and get as close to the basket as he likes whenever he pleases. And then they've got a lot of...
He can kind of shoot, though. He's a mid-range, ain't that too bad.
Anyway, what did you want to talk about? Because I can't... He's Nigerian as well. But he's just athletic. He's not good. Fuck it. Giannis Antetokounmpo's not good. He's athletic.
But
he's good.
He's running
the
convo for MVP right now, no? Him and James Harden. As far as I'm aware...
I mean, his team is doing well and he's the focal point of his team.
As far as I'm aware, everyone that I've heard talk has been talking Giannis MVP.
Yeah, I get it because as I said...
At the end of the season, you're going to say, he shouldn't have won it, but he did win it.
As I said, no, I'll say I understand why he won it, if he wins it. But I believe that James Harden should get the MVP because I don't think like every so often someone averages 30, 33 plus, 34 plus points a game. And James Harden's gone on average 36. And I went back and I did a little research. There have been players that have done that, guys like Allen Iverson, but bruv, it doesn't happen often.
For a whole season?
Yeah, average almost 40 points a game, you're guaranteed 40. Most people, they get just under 30 points a game or around 30 points a game, maybe 32 at most. And then they're like, you're certified for I don't know, 30 points a game. Like any given night, you're going to drop 30. But this guy, it's any given night, I'm likely to give you 40. Most nights I'm going to give you 30.
But is it...
That is bananas.
Is it the fact that people don't like his game?
Yeah, of course.
Because it's all that floppiness and then it's going to the free throw line and then...
floppiness?
He goes to the free throw line a lot.
He's so skillful. The fact that he can get to the free throw line consistently and you lot don't think he's...
But a lot of it is theatrical. Well, I can't say a lot of it's theatrical.
That's part of the game. It is a lot of theatrical. He sells the foul. He gets his hat. I've literally seen him do a couple jab steps.
That kind of bugs
triple
me, though.
threat. It's almost like chess. It's beautiful to me. Do a couple jab steps and literally interlock him whilst holding the ball through a defender's arm.
Okay.
So rip through, take a hard dribble, and then go up as if he's going to shoot and draw a foul.
So
that
what
doesn't cost a lot, and then all he's got to do is go stand at the line and shoot. He's trying to win games.
No, but what I'm going to ask here, what makes that the whole selling of a foul, what makes that different to like a flop?
So a flop is usually when people like sell like being hit, and it's more when you're on defensive. So you can't people.
But people don't like it when people flop.
You don't really call an offensive thing a flop.
No, but like what I'm saying is like
he doesn't flop on defense.
What I'm saying is the rhetoric behind flopping is bad. Everyone says, you're a flop. You shouldn't be flopping.
Like
but if you can still foul...
No, you're not understanding because you're saying you're applying... To me anyway, you're applying the flop to what James Harden does. But that's not flopping.
No, for me, they're both selling fouls.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at. But one's got...
On the defensive end, the rhetoric is to play honest defense. Play for the steal, play for the block, play for the turnover. But when you're flopping... Like you can take sometimes like when people take a charge, their team gets amped up. But when you flop and it doesn't, and it looks like there's nothing in it, come on, you're a grown up. It's kind of like be strong. Yeah,
and
but my thing is
the same thing with James Harden. No, come on, you're a grown up.
No, not at all. Because I'm trying to get these buckets.
But then do it like Janice's way, innit? Go get to the bucket.
Like, what? I do get to the bucket and one, and I go to the free throw line and wet it for 36.5 points a game.
For me,
for 36.5 points a game.
I don't watch it enough, like the basketball sport enough.
People need to grow up
to have my opinion. But what I can see why
people don't like it.
Yeah,
because people don't. I don't want to be that cliche guy that says I'm a student in the game. But I can't understand how people can watch James Harden and not understand what there is to like. I was having a chat with my boy Lewis, and he was like, "Look, I'm not going to say I love his game, but one thing he will say is that it's dumbfounding. There's no other way you can describe it. That's the perfect way.
It's unguardable as well.
No, fuck that. There are plenty of people who are genuinely unguardable. I think Steph is unguardable. What I'm trying to say by dumbfounding is the way it looks optically. It's dumbfounding. 1 minute he was there, and the next he ain't, but he's not fast. He doesn't come across as a guy who's fast.
I find his dribble and his flat foot movement or whatever it is that he does.
It's perfect.
It's crazy, fam.
It's perfect. No, it's
he does
perfect.
That little. He does those little
he goes
steps
through
and
the
then
legs.
And then
he literally goes through the legs once, crosses back over, through the legs again, crosses over, through the legs, and on the third one, it's wherever he wants to go. So it's either to the basket, to the step back, to a pass. The guy does it every fucking time. How can you not rate that?
And that's what is mad because he does it so often. That
it's like every time to anybody in the league, anyone, for 36.5 points.
And do you know what they say?
The fuck off me. And he's taking out the Warriors on his one.
Should I tell you something?
James Harden.
What I do rate?
I want a beard because of that.
They say,
fuck.
They say play to your strengths, and James Harden definitely plays to his strengths in it. So
what more do you want from him? Can I just interject real quickly? Because I was listening to this podcast. Kevin Durant was on it, and he was like, "I don't understand how people can be talking shit about James Harden's game. Like his team needs him to play that way, so he plays that way. If he goes anywhere else, he's going to play differently. He plays to what is required of the team. You see it. Like he was like, what if people wanted Steph to stop shooting threes?
Yeah,
like." There hasn't been that much contention to the way Steph plays. Some people didn't like it. Guys like LeBron, maybe guys like Chris Paul. But most people just started adapting because it was undeniable. But to me, it's still a pussy-old way to play the game. Shooting threes all the time. Oh, I'm going to take one step over and just hoist it. That's not the way the game was designed to be played. It's barely physical. Yeah, and we want to talk about James Harden's style of playing. We've just accepted that the free ball is the standard. Now every kid wants to be like Steph and take one step over the halfway line. Fuck that. If I have a youth, he has to watch James Harden. End of. Because if someone can repeat the same move and still shoot threes at same volume as Steph, not the makes, the volume, because all he does is chuck. Like, by law of average, he's going to... But, bro, that's all he fucking does. He gets the ball, takes a couple... And people act like he don't rack up assists. He's all over the stat line.
But the ball's in his hands a lot, though, isn't it?
Yes, he's got a high usage, but he's all over the stat boards. He gets comparable stats to Russell Westbrook, if not better. Comparable stats to LeBron in the way that his stats look. Not for career, but for the past 4 seasons at least. Averaging at least 27 points a game, I'm sure.
The only thing I have to argue here is...
Sorry, I went on one.
No, the only thing I have to argue there is...
James Harden's the fucking guy, man. He's sick.
I don't think LeBron has the ball in his hands as much anymore.
How can he? That nigga, yeah,
he's getting old.
No, but I want to stop pushing that out as a rhetoric. It's not true.
Well, it's either one or two things. It's either what I said at the beginning of the season, which is I don't know if he's here for that. This is just his like I don't care this season.
Well, you don't think he's locked in?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I said at the beginning of the season,
he don't look locked in.
Everything about it just doesn't look locked in. Yeah, and then I feel like he
drinks wine out courtside.
Is that he's a bit old, or the fact that he fucked up in the mid-season and he's just dealing with the consequences?
He's 34, and that's it's probably the latter part of what you said. Michael Jordan was doing bits at 34 and we're acting like, okay, Michael Jordan came into the league at 21, so he played in a basketball league for less time, so there's going to be less attrition on his body. LeBron James came in at 18. He was already in it. He was probably already an MVP by the time Jordan was the age that he got into the league. I think he got his first.
Do you know what? It's a factor of a lot of things, because when I look at it as well,
need to get off of LeBron James's dick, man. It's so annoying.
Genuinely, because when I look at it as well, it's like he looks like when I look at him sometimes play, I'm like,
he looks heavy this year. He looks like he put on a bit more weight again.
Maybe, but in the sense that when I look at him on the court, it's like he's looking around him and think, I don't want to give 100% for you, man, because it's not worth it.
Because you're bums.
Yeah, like we're not going anywhere. So what's the point?
Let's be honest. I saw a thing on something I follow on Insta. When Kuzma, Ingram, Lonzo and LeBron are playing, they had 15 games this season together or something like that. They've been riddled by injury. Think about when it was lit and LeBron James was still healthy before the groin injury and those guys were still in heavy rotation.
What, Kuzma, Lonzo and all that?
And Ingram. All of these men are injured. I think
What, right now?
What? Ingram went down with something happened in his arm or something like that. Lonzo sprained his ankle like a while back, but then was caught rapping on a show. I don't know. It's what it is.
I think the whole
probably recorded
like
before.
LeBron. I think a lot of things are factoring in that whole in his season.
There's no one source of
in the sense that I feel like he's
or downfall.
I feel like he's not happy with.
He's at a new team for the first time in 4 years.
There's that. It's obviously,
and he doesn't have Kyrie Irving or Kevin Love.
He doesn't have that team that he wants as well. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like there's a lot more factors. I feel like next season he might. I don't think he's done. I'm not going to be part of that narrative.
Did you see the dunks he got at the weekend?
No, I'm not going to.
Sorry, not at the weekend. Just yesterday against the Bulls.
They did beat the Bulls, didn't they?
I think I might have to get a video out for you, but say what you was going to say, and I'll
no, that was it, really. Like I said, I'm not going to be part of the narrative that will say he's done, that he's finished or he's washed. I don't think that's the case. But I do feel like I said at the beginning of the season, this wasn't his season to be playing hardcore basketball. Like, this was his season.
To readjust.
Yeah, literally readjust and figure it out. I did have a thought process today, which you might think about.
Yeah,
which is... just personally to me, if LeBron wins a ring at the Lakers, that might put him above MJ for me. Only in the sense that doing that at 3 teams and then building he had to build the Lakers. He had to build Cleveland again. He had to build the Lakers. He obviously had to build Miami. To build 3 teams as well is a big thing.
They've just got different styles. And the reason why Michael Jordan will probably always hold reverence over LeBron James is because he actually did it for both ends of the floor. He made
he did.
loads of all first team defensive. He won 10 scoring titles. He literally, like the honesty of I heard that. It's things that, okay, for people who might not know, it's things like he literally dominated the league. He only won 6 times, and each time he went to the finals, he won it, which is also why people hold him in such reverence. But he dominated the league. And the funny thing is that LeBron James dominated the league in a different way, but the league started changing on him, and there was a lot of there was just a lot of things that were happening.
Changed a lot,
no, they forced the game to change. They stopped giving him MVPs, but then in the media, they're always saying he's the best player in the world. Like, he had 4 MVPs by the time he was 25. And what? So Michael Jordan got 6. But why didn't they give LeBron? And then LeBron got to the finals with Cleveland on his own. And actually, not by the time he was 25. That's me being wrong. I think I know sports. By the time he was 28, because he got 2 of them at Miami. He got 2 of them at Cleveland. And then they stopped giving them to him, even though he went to the finals 8 times in a row. Obviously, other teams beat him, but there are plenty of players who didn't make it to the finals that got regular season MVPs. Most players these days don't make it to the finals and get a regular season MVP.
Yeah, but we've debated this plenty of times.
So the whole thing when it comes to the debate about Jordan and LeBron is that they both dominated the league in different ways. So LeBron is more like a Jerry West if you truly look at it. Jerry West went to the finals 9 times, but only won once or twice.
Okay.
So, and he's the logo.
Yeah,
LeBron James should be the next logo of the league, essentially. Because
can you ever change it?
Why not?
I don't know if
they probably won't, but why not? Is all I'm saying.
Weird.
Why not? That's the status that LeBron holds for me. So I don't know Jerry West because he was playing in the fucking 20s or some shit. I don't know, old as fuck. But like the guy kept on going, kept on fielding teams. Do you get me? The same way like Bill Russell and them were always going to the finals and always winning. You know,
and
it's hard to say. There are plenty of players that are actually better than LeBron and MJ.
For me, like
maybe
just
not
in
MJ.
the conversation between the two, like I can just look at it in the sense that I think it will be crazy difficult to build 3 different teams to win titles.
Well, yeah, Michael Jordan also only ever played at one team, and one thing I like to put out as well is that Michael Jordan took a year off. I think a year and a bit off to play minor league baseball, whereby they're not even pitching at 40 kilometers an hour, Mike, and you still wasn't good to the major leagues. So you're there resting, smoking cigars on the pitch, chilling out because you just did a 3-peat. Oh, what do you fucking do? Bare niggas have done 3-peats. Okay, Kobe and Shaq. But other niggas have done it as well. Like, the reason why MJ is probably better than LeBron is because of the All-NBA, from All-NBA teams, all-star things. He did the dunk contest bare times.
I understand.
He literally was like, Michael Jordan went out to be the best. LeBron kind of just started focusing on winning and played the game the right way. So
yeah, and just like empowering people and he
Michael
did it
Jordan
in a bit different.
was doing
I
his
heard
own-
that.
Michael
That-
Jordan was doing his own thing. I feel,
MJ's known to be an arsehole, from what I understand.
yeah, man, he's known to be a bit of a prick, but like he played the game, like so many defensive first teams, so many scoring titles, couple of
Yeah.
MVPs, couple of titles. Okay,
I think there's like a statue of all his accolades, and I've
it's
seen
crazy.
a picture of it. And
Yeah,
it's
there's-
crazy.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's pretty good. I don't know if he probably was on the defensive side, but that's another person that a lot of people don't even mention who should be in the
doesn't.
conversation. He has the most points in NBA history.
Yeah.
LeBron James is going to LeBron James has surpassed Michael Jordan on all-time points, but
He's
doesn't-
higher than him
but-
on all of them,
but
right?
doesn't have scoring titles, so it's weird. Michael Jordan averaged 30 points a game for his career. Do you see it? Whereas LeBron James averages 27.4 and like 7. Basically, he almost averages 30.
Wait, but
10 and 10, almost.
LeBron would have
Couple of
more playoff runs, so then he'll play more games. So then obviously it will accumulate to more points.
But there was a season, I think it was the season he won it, they only played 66 games. There's a lot that goes into it. There was a season where, do you remember the NBA lockout? Does that ring a bell? They had an NBA lockout, players went on strike or whatever.
Oh, so down. That's
it
pretty
was crazy,
that's
sick
mad.
basketball games at the time. It was
That's
dope.
mad.
But yeah, I just feel like, where'd that little thing go? I just feel like with the whole LeBron James thing, it's hard to describe it. Michael Jordan was also a freak athlete, but so was LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Michael Jordan had like a 44, 45-inch vertical jump. He literally could jump out of the gym. A lot of his game was predicated on that he was crazy athletic. So
Yeah.
like, imagine Russell Westbrook a little bit shorter than LeBron. Like, he's shorter than LeBron James, but can jump just as high
doing
off of both
craziness.
feet, off of one as well. So he was just jumping out the gym.
Yeah.
So his jump shot was pretty good because he jumped pretty high. He's pretty much like Russell Westbrook, comes off of both. One and two comes off of both. But like, LeBron he passes. He's a willing passer at his size for a guy who can take a couple dribbles and literally just get to the fucking rim at will. And now has developed jumpers and moves and can dribble a little bit.
It's going to sound a bit weird.
LeBron's good, but he also used to play with pure athleticism and just get to the basket and dunk it all the time. It's difficult. Michael Jordan was a better one-on-one defender. LeBron James was... Excuse me. LeBron James has never been a good one-on-one defender. Okay at best. People think he's a good one-on-one defender, but he just shoots the gap.
I don't think I've ever seen him one-on-one defend.
Nah, he does.
He does a chase down. I've seen him do all of that
that's
stuff.
a chase down block, and he can steal the ball pretty well, but he's not a great one-on-one defender. His lateral quickness isn't as good as people make him out. And to be fair, I think because he's a little bit bigger than Michael Jordan, you could say he was just as athletic. But just as athletic, probably not more. Michael Jordan's athleticism was crazy, and he kept it for a very long time. He was athletic for ages.
Okay.
Because he was winning titles up until he was like 37.
Yeah,
And like, although he didn't dunk as much, he used to go up and under and do all these acrobatic layups and mid-range shots and stuff, you know.
And they say it was more physical then. So
But they weren't playing at a faster pace, I don't think.
yeah, I think so too.
I think it's more physical now. They just don't allow contact,
Yeah.
player-to-player
Yeah.
contact as much in this day and age.
I
It's
agree with
definitely
you
as
there.
physical because the injuries these players are sustaining are crazy
Wild.
compared.
Wild. It's mental.
Boy.
And the stuff their bodies go through now is crazy. 100%. Nah, I don't think... Back in the day, players were playing after nights out on alcohol and coke and
Yeah.
all of that. I don't think you could do the same level of madness here.
Pardon me, I'm so sorry. No, definitely not. But yeah, I want to get off of that because I could talk about that for ages.
Okay.
What have you seen recently? Have you seen any games in the past couple of days?
Yeah, I saw the Suns versus the Warriors, where the Warriors looked shockingly bad.
Yeah.
And
That's an anything game, though.
and that was somewhat another point that like it just comes to a stage in this basketball season where it's like,
They lost to Boston recently as well.
yeah, they did.
But then DeMarcus Cousins came and did bits just the other day.
That's what I mean. It comes to that stage in the season where you just can't figure shit out because like someone will lose and then just like meh, and then just like what does it mean? Doesn't really mean much. Like in the grand scheme of things right now, one game don't mean much to me because like the Celtics beat the Lakers, but then they lost to the Clippers. I mean, yeah, the Celtics beat the Lakers, they beat the Warriors, then they lost to the Clippers.
Okay. The Celtics beat the Warriors.
Beat the beat the Lakers,
Yeah.
but lost to the Clippers.
Yeah.
So it's like in the grand scheme of things,
The
what does that
Clippers
one game
The
mean?
Clippers are 7th.
So you see what I'm saying? So it's like,
It means a lot because it's a playoff race.
but in the sense that like, so for me, I'd be like, oh my God, the Celtics beat the Warriors. That's a sick thing. Blah, 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 blah. That's
I
it.
mean, it was good. Of
And
course,
then-
they all mean something because you know the potential of the team you're facing.
Yeah, but then you
bruv.
go and lose 30 to the Clippers and you're like, oh my God.
Because
Then you can
just played
say,
bare games back to back or some shit.
then you
I
can
don't
just,
know.
then it's like, yeah.
There's a lot of
so
things that go into it, but the Clippers are 7th and they play in it. They're probably going to go to the playoffs.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, how much do you take a game with a pinch of salt and how much think? That's why with the Warriors loss to the Suns, it was like, do I think of this as a big deal or do I just think of it as like, well, they just lost?
I don't even remember the game. What, Devin Booker played well.
So-
Kelly Oubre played well.
Boogie Cousins was playing well.
Yeah, he's been playing
He's
well.
been playing really well.
So
Steph had a really
can't-
bad game. Went 2.5 quarters without a field goal.
Swear.
Yeah. Didn't score. They hit 10 threes the whole game. The Warriors
Wow.
hit 10 threes the whole game.
Wow.
They were that off. Devin Booker went for 37 and 11.
Yeah.
He was balling in the last quarter, in the fourth quarter. I think
Yeah,
he got
man,
the
can
last.
fill up buckets. Oh,
last
I
few
did watch
certain-
it.
certain- can't remember how
I
many
did
points,
watch it.
but
It
he got
was
the
like
last
7
few.
or 8.
Yeah, whatever.
You know,
And he was doing well. Like for me, he looks like just the angry, adopted foster child splash brother fam. That's all he looks
Oh.
like fam.
Yeah, I know
Uh,
what you mean. He's right in between Steph and Clay.
Yeah, and like he's just the one that got left out. Middle
I've
child,
said
innit?
this
J.
plenty
Cole
of times,
middle, J. Cole middle child,
Yeah,
innit?
I've said this bare times. He's like what? Okay, the kid is 6'5", so he's literally 2 inches either side, give or take, from
Okay.
Steph.
Yeah,
So he's right in the middle of them.
of both of them.
Yeah.
Uh,
And he can dribble. I'd say he dribbles better than Clay. Probably about the same because Clay's handles got better. But before it was he dribbles better than Clay, but doesn't shoot as good as either of them.
Yeah.
But shoots just almost like just as well.
Steph,
you'd say.
if he can catch fire, 100%.
Yeah. Well, he
Definitely.
scored 72 points in the game. It's
He
the third
can catch
highest.
Second.
Second highest in
No, third.
third. Yeah, 81, 101. But yeah, no. I just want to say that the playoffs are very near. So what? There's 66 games into the season, so there's like 20 odd games left.
Mhm. No less.
Less.
Yes.
What's it?
16, 82 game, right?
82 games. Yeah,
16
so
games.
but it's 66. Oh, sorry, my
16
maths
games.
is awful.
Mm.
16 games.
So it's got to be Brown.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
That's it.
It was a good game. The Rockets are third.
Okay.
The Rockets are third. I
you
love
really
the
want,
Rockets.
you really want the Rockets to win this one,
To
innit?
be honest, yeah, I tell people I support Boston, but the truth of the matter is,
I think you're a Rockets guy.
I've
man.
been a Rockets guy.
You're a Rockets
We
guy,
love
definitely this year.
in my household. We loved T Mac and Tracy McGrady.
Oh, so,
So we loved, and then obviously Hakeem Olajuwon, first Nigerian player into the league, played at the Rockets.
Okay.
I've
So
loved.
you've
I've
got-
always
you've
and
got
Ray
love
for
for the
Alston.
Rockets.
I used to be heavy into street
Fair
ball.
enough.
I've always had a. They're probably my second team.
Fair enough.
They're my second team. So I've always loved the
But they're
Rockets.
definitely
but
the one that I think you're gunning for, or you want to win.
I
this
just think James Harden's sick. So they lost by 2 points.
Okay.
DeMarcus Cousins scores 27 points. Clay scores 30. Steph didn't really show up. I mean, he got a couple pivotal baskets, but he's been. I think he's saving himself, getting these
on
other
and
guys
off.
their shots. KD's injured.
Okay.
KD's injured, but they're top of the league. Unlike Liverpool, they're top of their conference.
Ouch.
And
Your team are third, yeah.
all I'm saying,
Third and fourth.
Hmm?
Third and fourth.
all I'm saying is, the Rockets are a couple games behind. The Nuggets are a strong contender. They're going to be locked for their position soon. But the game was really good. Everyone played pretty well. It was a close game. I don't know what's going to happen though when KD comes back, and if DeMarcus Cousins can put up 27 and Clay can put up 30 and Steph just
Clay
randomly
looks what I watched of the Suns game as well. Clay looks like he's a bit back, man. Like, there was that point in the season he was looking a bit.
look a little. Yeah, and they were pushing that in the media as well. You're a bit on a shooting funk at the moment, and it's just like you're just gonna keep on shooting. And it's natural, bro.
And now he looks
They
fine
play-
again. Like
they
he was
play a lot
hitting
of
his
games.
mid range again. That one dribble shot that he does.
It's
is just
probably like a fatigue thing. You know, people don't give these players credit.
genuinely. Like,
Play a lot of games, especially in the NBA.
lot, bruv.
But yeah, like I don't have much else to say about it. I mean,
Wait, I just got a thing to ask. Did Lakers signing Andre Ingram, is that real?
yeah, why?
Why did they sign Andre Ingram again?
Do you know who Andre Ingram is?
Yeah, that guy that they signed last year. The Lakers.
Yeah,
the bald-headed guy.
plays for the G League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
why
what-
can't they?
What was the need to sign him again?
He's
LeBron
like,
definitely ain't taking it serious, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say on that.
No,
bro.
I mean the
It
Lakers.
was like, what the hell?
Lakers do something like that. I don't know. When it comes to the business side of it, I just don't get it. Like, yeah, to be fair, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it's just another 10-day contract. Every so often they give people 10-day contracts and they call them up to the team. It's just a call up.
It just didn't make
It's
sense.
just a call up from the G League. It's just a call up from the G League. It's like when you're playing on a B team.
From what I understood, last year when they signed him,
They had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, they were low on players.
and they were low players this time.
Okay.
Ingram's out. Lonzo's out. You see it?
I don't know, man. Just like, what the hell? Like,
Why have they done that again?
yeah, like,
Yeah, he's their guy. He's their contractor, innit? When they need someone that they don't got to pay a lot of money, and he's happy not making like big bucks in the NBA because he's past it, but will come and do a job for 30 racks for 10 days work.
I guess. There's no knock to him. Go get your bread, innit?
Yeah,
Like,
get your baller, get the bag.
even when he came the first time, I was like, this is a sick story, fam.
Mm.
Man came from the G League, got a couple buckets. He was hitting a few nice shots when he first came or whatever. So, props to him, but I just thought it was a bit strange. I was like, oh, what the hell?
Dwayne Wade will probably go to the playoffs.
With the Heat.
Kemba Walker's overrated.
Oh, is that from you?
What do you mean?
Kemba Walker overrated?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
That was your guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the season you were saying that he was going to have a big year.
Yeah, I was, but that doesn't mean that you can't. Two things can be true, you know. Kemba Walker's, in my opinion, overrated. Like the fact that he gets a lot of esteem. He doesn't field any teams. Like he went to the playoffs probably. Like
I've been saying this to you like last time.
John Wall's better than Kemba. Yes or no?
In my opinion, no.
Just be objective about it. John Wall's
In my opinion, no.
John Wall's been to an Eastern Conference Finals, I think. Or
Oh, if you look at it, I didn't know that. I'm not going to lie.
Well, how could you not know that? When you started watching it, he faced LeBron when we were watching the playoffs at uni. It's the very first season you watched.
I don't remember that game.
No.
I don't remember that
series.
I don't remember that series.
You don't have to
either.
remember it, but you do because LeBron James hits that. He runs to the corner and hits that over the shoulder shot, and he just flicks it. That was against the Wizards. John Wall was balling out that game. I know
Definitely
my
wasn't
basketball.
my first season.
No, well, it was like first or second. You remember the one,
I know
and he
exactly
hit
what- I
a
know what
mad
shot you're
shot,
talking
that
about. I know
mad
exactly
shot
what
from the
you're talking
corner. You see it?
I think it was in overtime, right?
I
They
think
took it to
It took it
overtime.
to overtime.
Oh, okay.
See, you remember?
I do remember
John
this. I
Wall was
remember the
balling
shot.
then. He just had a.
I
You know, he
remember
had
saying
bare
this to you.
madnesses happening. You know,
I remember saying this to you. I
going
don't,
through life.
I don't feel like I never rated him like that. Like, I just didn't. I prefer Kemba's game as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
And that's what I'm basing it on. Like,
John Wall dunks the ball, and any player that can dunk gets my vote. It's as simple as that.
Fair enough. Kemba don't dunk. I ain't seen a Kemba dunk. But I ain't seen a Kemba dunk still, so I can't say.
No,
Kemba.
I don't think he can. I don't think he knows how.
But the rest of the game is nice. I said this to you as well a while back when you used to big up Kemba as well. You used to be like, bro, why don't he just go to a better team? Like, and you used to be like, nah.
Someone needs to come to him. He hasn't had a player that's
I think
like,
that might be.
yeah. If someone comes to him, which is why there's all this talk about him going to New York, and
Fuck the Knicks, man. They're getting on my nerves, man.
yeah, they're actually at the bottom. Dead lads.
They're so
Dead
rubbish.
last.
And then all they ever talk about is we're gonna get Zion and KD and Kyrie.
They
and
might,
then
though.
LeBron, and then they're also gonna
They're
get.
not gonna get LeBron.
Fucking MJ's gonna come back from retirement.
It
and
won't
fucking,
happen. He's like 70,
Bruv, the way the fucking.
and
Knicks
he's
fans
actually
go,
not even the crying face anymore. So yeah, he's done out here.
Hold tight, R. Kelly.
Well, no.
You took that. Actually,
No,
don't
no,
hold
no.
tight, R. Kelly.
See what he does. This like every couple episodes tries to fuck it up for all of us.
Burn in hell.
Just well, good save, good save.